staring there because there's like 6 or 8 hummingbirds in that roadie right there. Unfortunately, the camera's not picking them up very well. You see something looks funny, that's a hummingbird. What else can I say? One just flew across the front of my face too. I emptied that yesterday morning after I started the video. Most of that was last night. I actually had about 1/10 for last night, so about 3/10 overnight. A little more of the trees changing. You can see them all over now. Even with the fog up there, you can see them up there. Now, here, I'll get it so you can. Find out how many hardweeds are actually mixed up in the fur. Oh well. Yeah, it's Saturday. I'm up. I'm moving. Number 2 should be getting her butt toward work here pretty soon. And number 1 will probably sleep in for a while. Who knows? Spent the night. Maury was out last night. Well, had dinner. Pretty good. Had Papa Murphy's. Paying for it this morning. Oh well. Anywho, I'll get you something today. Maybe it'll be that generator running. That'd be nice. It fired yesterday, and we got nothing out of it. So I guess we play. Can you believe it? It's 9 o'clock in the morning out there now. See, my pickup's still here, so number 2 I thought was going to be at work at 8 o'clock. Apparently she doesn't have to be. It's serious enough out there. There ain't too many cows that have made it out of the barn. Got a puddle right outside the door. Poor Red, Whiskey, they're both soaked. Blue's hiding over there. Center of the screen if you can see him. And the boys in the back barn, the bulls and the steers back there were making a bunch of noise last night. So I went out and, slippers, underwear, and a coat and a big flashlight. Yeah. The 2 big bulls, they didn't have any hay, and threw them some hay and shut them up. I think there's 6 steers back there. 5 came in. The other one stayed out there along the fence, along the lane. He didn't come in, but this morning, Mom called me a little bit ago to say, there's a steer in with Bam Bam. Okay, well, there wasn't last night. But anyway, this thing, we got it to fire briefly. Like it went putt-putt and that was it yesterday. So, ignition kit and carburetor kit, it all come with a bunch of stuff. Came with a new plugs in it. Okay, we'll see if we got any fire. So the old plug is fine. It's right there. I put the old plug on, wedged it in here so it was grounded, and I pulled. I couldn't see any spark. I laid it right in here good. Couldn't see any spark at all. Shut the lights off, tried it again. Yeah, there was absolutely no spark. I unplugged the kill wire. Unplugged right here. First pull it was running. That's great spark. I just stuck it back together to kill it, so I didn't have to choke it out or catch a good zap of. I don't know what the heck. Really don't. But we'll look into that. I mean, it's either the low oil shutdown has decided to goof up, which it's not low, it's full. I mean, the plan was get it running for a little bit and change the oil because it's due. I don't know if a wire got pinched somewhere when things were apart or what. Maybe with that new, new coil we put on, mag, whatever you want to call it. Maybe you got to use the switch that came with it. I don't know, because it came with a new switch. I mean, switch is a switch. I'm not sure why this has got the extra wires to it, but might have to look into that. Either way, it runs like it should. Actually, it was running plenty fast, but you know, I couldn't idle it down like I used to be able to. Most generators, once you fire them up, they go up to speed anyway, so I don't know. I figure we will get it so it's running good, and I'll check voltage. Make sure it's in the right zone, because that's all on speed on these things. In the meantime, it's running like an SOB. And I don't think number 1's got out of bed yet. She spent the night, so, you know, she sleeps in when she's here. I don't know why. That's interesting. Told you I had it all running with it unhooked here. So I checked the switch. The switch is working properly. So I hooked the switch back up, but I had the low oil shutdown unhooked. And still fired up fine. Shut off with the switch as it should. With it running, I just plugged the low oil shutdown back in, and it kept running. Now we're going to see if it'll start again. Get my...
With or without the choke is going to be the question.
Well, I don't know. I may need the choke. It's kind of still needed the choke to start, but she needs to.
You do it, Dad.
You just did it. I didn't do it.
Bullshit.
Okay, now let's try something else. I got to unplug that, but I need both hands. Okay, unplug. Interesting. So I'm still saying it's a low oil shutdown. Figured it out. Because the new ignition kit came with this little bugger here and a new switch, but the switch is fine. I'm not changing the switch. The other one, the wires come out external, and I don't get that. But this little thing, from what I found out, and the coil mag, whatever you want to call it, apparently there's a condenser built into the system, and the low oil shutdown won't allow the condenser to fire to the plug. Grounds it out instead at first. This lets it fire to the plug till this is good, then everything's fine. So that's what I was able to find out looking online, and hooked it up. Sucker runs fine, fires right up as it should. So now somebody really wants to change oil in it really bad, so she's probably going to do that. But I'm thinking it's not raining at the moment, so I might grab the skid steer and give her. She give me that look.
The hell with you, bitch. It's raining.
It's not near as hard as it was 5 minutes ago. We'll see.
Too damn soon, 'cause now it's
still need to get those lights in so I can show you that today. We'll get there eventually. Okay, there's fluorescent light.
Let's go.
There's LED. This one here just washes clear out. The right one is LED, and the other two are still fluorescent. That one's all LED. That's fluorescent. That's all LED. They are a little better light. I don't know that it's making it any brighter in here than it was, but it should be a lot cheaper and last longer. And I know with them on, they just wash out. There's 3 bulbs in every one of those. Now look, we got a tanner today. Haven't seen him for a while. Number 1 cheated. Let him go up on the elevator and change them. A nice shot of Bam Bam. He had a steer cohabitating with him overnight. He just got kicked out a little bit ago. Number 2's out there playing in the mud, trying to find where we got an issue with the fence. And we just fed the cows. So they all came in. Tanner's out there trying to pull twine off. When I go in that feeder, I usually roll the bale over so the twine is pointed toward the gate over there, so whoever's cutting don't have to walk around the feeder. He ain't got it figured out. There's 2 knots on the bale. He cut between the 2 knots, so that's why he's having fun. Number 2's out there with the Gallagher tester after going out and shutting some sections off that we didn't need and still having issues. It was fine yesterday, so I don't know. And hey, our power was out for a bit. Got it back on finally after 2.5 hours or so. 2 hours, I guess. No, it's more like 2.5. And get it back on and then find out the fence was deficient. Got those LED lights in the shop. I gotta show you that, I think. I don't think I showed that yet. I was gonna do that after lunch and then we didn't have any power, so just more fun. But you got to see some cows, and look, you even get to see Becky. As number 2's shutting sections off, Becky's going back to the charger to see what it's putting out here. All the cows are crammed in there eating now. Might be a good time to lock them in, but you know, as mucky as it is, I'd really rather have them locked in, but we still got to save a little hay. Oh, we got cows fed just in time. Cheated, locked them in, and shut that section of fence off out there, so we still got power around the bulls and the steers. And Tanner pulled a stupid. He whipped number 2 with the rope on the dog toy that Blue usually has. So he really pulled a stupid. I was really hoping she was going to get him with that. Let him find out what the hot shot feels like. Unfortunately, he got away from her a little too quick. I thought that might have been good on film, you know? He probably don't realize that if she sticks it up between the cracks in that porch, she can still get him in the bottom of the foot, and it'll probably still go through. He's wet enough. But, that's not my deal. That's between them. At least he got the bike cleaned up for the most part. And got some air in the tire that was low. Oh, I was going to show you the lights. I guess I did show you the lights, didn't I? I'll remember. You know how that is. Sometimes I just don't remember what I got on video for you and what I didn't. Let's see if I really notice a difference coming in here after being out there for a while. And yeah, that looks a little brighter than that one. Although, once again, on the video, it comes up the same. Oh well. Anybody want some buy some fluorescent bulbs? Got some good ones and got some bad ones. And there's our alternate source of heat for right now. I actually got the floor dry earlier. The dogs were in here and the skid steer was in here and the floor was wet and it's dry, so I'm good with that. I think I'm going to call it a day. I wanted to make sure we had water running because pressure switch for the well pump has been acting up once in a while, and with the power being out for a bit, you know, who knows. It's running, so we got water. Figured I'd show you these ladies before I go in. Again, right? Poor little boy. Sooner or later his ball's gotta shrivel up and drop off. It'll happen eventually. Rained a little bit since the last clip. Big freaking mess everywhere. We deal with it all winter. I always hope it'll get cold and then things get solid, then we can do things. Used to plant a lot in frozen ground. Spread a lot of manure in frozen ground too. Because right now, yeah, I'm going to have to take a tractor out to get the pump. But other than that, there ain't no sense in trying to take a tractor out anywhere. Not at the moment anyway. Oh well. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all had a good Saturday. Hope Sunday's a good day too. I'm sitting in the shop rolling around in my head how to get the gear shift set up on that sprayer. I got started on it. Found some of the old pieces that came off that chassis. Probably look at the fertilizer buggy again and throw some ideas together, I hope. Yeah, good project for tomorrow. So thanks for watching.